Today we're unboxing the Anycubic Photon P1, along with two of the add-ons you can purchase for it, which is the different build plate and the dual VAT. Now first, a disclaimer, I got this printer for free from Anycubic and I did a sponsored video on my main channel. And this video today is not sponsored, it's just going over the basics of what's in the box for the printer itself and also what the unboxing experience is like for the add-on pieces as well. So we'll start with the printer itself. It comes in a box that's not much bigger than the actual printer itself. It's well protected by foam, and then they use the space very well because the cavity inside the printer is where the actual build plate is, surrounded by more foam. And the whole thing is covered in plastic film. So most likely it's going to come out of the box spotless once you remove everything. And then it's a very nice self-contained unit. It has a built-in power supply, so it's just the power cord going into the printer itself. It also doesn't require any of those Wi-Fi antennas outside of the body. It's all internal too, and the reception seems to be great. And then even for its size, it's quite light, or at least lighter than I would have expected from a printer of this size. And then on the front, you've got the LCD touchscreen for control, a USB on the right-hand side. Just below that is the power button. You've then got a hinged cover, which does require a good chunk of space behind the printer to fully go up. And it's a very nice hinge because it'll hold the cover in any position you decide to leave it in. Inside this, you'll find more foam, which is going to have your build plate inside. You'll also find your camera in here. This is like 720p or something. It's very low resolution, but it does have a couple of LEDs so it can see in the dark. And the printer can use this for AI fail detection, or you can remote in with the software on your computer or with the app on your phone to see how your print is going. And of course, it can also take time lapses as well. It's got a super nice lever action for attaching your build plate. And it's also got two levers around the VAT as well, which allows you to remove it without any tools or removing any screws or anything like that. And it's very, very nice. And then one major benefit for me is that the VAT is also heated as well, because I live in Scotland. It's winter right now, and I was a little bit worried checking out a new printer in the middle of winter until I found out, oh, this thing actually heats the resin up. That's superb. So the way it works is it will actually heat up a band around the VAT, and that of course will heat the resin, but then it also makes sure to mix it by bringing the build plate into it, so it can actually heat the resin evenly instead of getting like a hot spot around the outside and cold in the middle. And this of course for me is a bit of a godsend, so very happy with this feature. And then I was very surprised by the build plate. I'm very new to resin 3D printing. I've only just kind of got into it as in literally the last 12 months. So I was surprised when I unboxed this and there was no texture on the build plate. I was like, wait, is that correct? Is that what it's supposed to be? I had to go check up the actual information on it, and it is. So it's surprisingly good. It's a brushed steel, so it's nice and solid compared to maybe an aluminium based build plate. And as a result, it works really well. I was amazed at how good the adhesion was onto what seems like a much smoother surface. Of course, it's brushed steel, so there is still some sort of texture there. And yeah, it seems to work excellently. And then when it comes to switching the printer on, everything was really simple to set up. There's a couple of things that I think Anycubic doesn't seem to do very well when it comes to marketing, because they talk about this having completely automated leveling, where it doesn't. You actually do need to potentially do some manual stuff. However, it comes calibrated to be perfectly leveled. So if you have this on a decent surface and a solid surface, you're going to basically just switch it on and you're off and no problems. I think the calibration you might need to do is maybe after you've done a whole bunch of prints and things just start moving around or loosening up in different areas. And what it'll do is it'll tell you to loosen or tighten up certain screws just next to the LCD. And there's an Allen key for them. And then once you've done that, you're probably good for the next like 100 more prints or something like that. So it's not exactly auto, but it's simple enough and it probably won't happen enough for it to be any kind of issue. But it's one of those things where marketing could definitely learn a few things, because a word like automatic leveling is not what this does. And I obviously just try to throw some buzzwords in there with the marketing. Now we'll talk about ease of use. As you can see, the levers for removing the VAT are awesome. The lever for adding on the build plate is also awesome. And for me, a relative newcomer to resin 3D printing and a passion for 3D printing, this has been an amazing printer to jump in with, and it is a lot easier for me to work with than other resin printers that I have used. And so far, I've gone ahead and made a big project with this, and I've also printed off a couple of small ones as well. So this is a time lapse of one of my bigger projects, using up most of the build plate, and I was really happy. Now, I would say the time lapse is not that great. It's a bit janky, as you can see, it kind of stutters. I think they could probably take half as many pictures, and it'll probably be a very nice, smooth action if they wanted to make it a touch more cinematic. But this has so far been an absolutely great printer to use, and just super, super happy with it. And I was also extremely happy with the quality. So layer lines just didn't appear anywhere on my prints. I was extremely happy with how they came out. But it wasn't all plain sailing. I did have two issues. One was with the software, where it put the supports actually through a couple of my models, and as a result had to sand them off later. And then I did have one layer line shift, which I believe was caused by some suction. Now, they have a textured, so you might see the LCD below the vat. It's textured, so that's supposed to let air in, which lessens the potential for suction, which is an issue on resin printers. And although I think it helps, it does not remove this problem entirely, and I did get a layer line shift on one of my prints. And I think the only way to really find out if it actually helps is if there was an ability to switch it out for a flat screen, and then you could do some side-by-side comparisons. And then what you're seeing on screen right now is my first ever resin project I did 12 months ago, and this is the one we just did on this printer, and I'm extremely happy with it. So very, very happy with how everything came out, and I think basically the size of this printer allows me to do stuff like that easier than I would have otherwise. Now this is the back of the printer. It's got a silicone cover for a ventilation system you can install, and it's also got a rear access hatch as well there. But let's move on now to the additional parts you can purchase separately if you wish to. And I'll start by saying that if you're just a normal customer, you're not going to need these. These are specialized tools. We'll start with the dual vat. This is something where I'm most likely not going to use this myself. It's kind of cool to have and check out, but it's just not really needed. This is more of a professional setting where you're probably working with extremely expensive resins and you don't want to waste them. So if you're to fill up the big vat with a really expensive resin and then had to switch it out, you're going to lose some. You're going to end up with waste. Whereas this, you can have two separate resins always set up and essentially never really end up wasting any of it if you can just keep filling up those vats and keep topping them up. And of course, if you're a professional business just constantly printing, then that could be perfect for you. This is also completely supported in the software, so it can actually expose each side with the different settings, but you do have to remember that both have to have the same layer height. That's the only kind of limitation of it. But of course, the actual screen underneath that controls the UV light coming through can open and close depending on each resin setting. So it's actually very cool. And you might have noticed I didn't even remove the protective film from the vats because I don't know if I will need to use this at all. And then here you have the build plate. So essentially you're cutting the build plate into 3/3, but you can't use one of them. So you can only use 2/3 of the actual build plate's overall surface area. And like I said, if you're just a normal customer, you're not going to need this. This is simply for specialized businesses. I think they have over promoted it to the point where people think it comes with the printer. It doesn't, it's an additional cost. But it has very much been requested by people like dentists, and that's why they have created this, and it'll most likely have an audience in the professional market for it. And you'll also notice another add-on you can buy here, which is a different build plate. Same construction as the previous one, except it has a bunch of holes in it. I believe this is for using with like industrial density and viscosity resins. So for normal consumer, again, you do not need it, but it's there if you require it. And then we'll end this with a comparison in size between the Anycubic Photon P1 and the Mars 5 Ultra from Elegoo. And that is the end of the video. If you want an actual proper review, I'd recommend going somewhere else because I've done sponsored content for them. I don't recommend myself as being a nice impartial person to get a review from. I'm also still very much a newbie at this point too. But on this channel and my main channel, I do have the project that I made with this, and I think this printer is going to become part of my main content upload on this very channel as I do a lot more resin 3D prints. And really, I think it's going to evolve quite significantly from here.